Wow, what a drop on Bitcoin. What a dump on Bitcoin, right? Pablo almost predicted all of this. Almost. If you've been following my Twitter, if you've been following me in Discord or following me on these videos, Bitcoin's pullback from 103K was not a surprise to us at all, right? We saw this coming, but the drop, it has went further than my target, which is around 97K-ish. Right now, we're at about 94K area. Does this invalidate that blue fractal that I've been planning out? What happens to altcoins from here? Let's have a close look. This is going to be an important episode because a lot of things have changed with the latest market action on Bitcoin. Okay, let's go through it, folks. Here we go on Bitcoin. So basically, this drop went further than I thought, right? So if it held this 95, let's get it onto log. If it held this 94.8 line, which is barely holding right there, and if it can keep on bouncing, then we're still kind of okay. This is still too deep a pullback for me to feel comfortable. So I'll tell you why. The one plus out of all the negatives is that it held this 94.8K level, and this blue line is this big yellow range that I have drawn out. So people who watch my videos will know what I'm talking about. This big range is very important for Bitcoin not to get back into. And this is the reason why I called for 94K Bitcoin when it was back in the 50s. I made like about 20 videos, Discord messages, and tweets saying it's going to 94K, it's going to 94K. That's where we're at right now, 94K, because that's that blue line right here. So it's important that it keeps on bouncing off that blue line rather than coming back in. Okay, now the reason why I'm saying a lot of big changes have happened is have a look at this. Have a look at the blue line. Let's get it onto a smaller time scale. That's the blue fractal. I was on the 4 hour. So here we go. The blue fractal was pulled from mid 2021, and this is what it looks like. So that is why when Bitcoin was around here, I said, okay, we're going to have a dip to about 91, 92K. That's where it got to. And I'm expecting a bounce up to about 102, 103K, right? Because that's kind of where this is. 103, 104K. It got to 102.7. So almost 103K. So the pullback will come to about 97K, right? And we went past that. So basically so far, it worked out on the way up and hit resistance and then came back down. But the pullback went a little bit further, like 2 or 3K further than I would like it to be. I'm willing to say that this blue fractal has been invalidated. I'll give you guys the honest truth. If it works, right? And it worked, right? When everyone thought that Bitcoin was going to break down from this shoulder, and go to 75, 80K, I was worried about it as well, but I was 50-50, as I said, but I was looking for something to make me not 50-50, to make me lean one way. Give me an edge. In trading, nothing's 100%. Give me an edge, like 70-30, 80-20, 75% versus 25%, to lean strongly towards one way. And I posted this chart on social media, in my Discord, to say I'm leaning towards a bounce, right? As long as stocks don't crash. Even if stocks go sideways, I still believe it will do a bounce up to 103K area and then pull back to about 97K area. That would be target 1, 103, 104K. We could even get to target 2, would be this 112, 115K area. Right now, I'm thinking this blue fractal is invalidated unless we do a super quick bounce back to somewhere like 98K in the next 24 hours. So right now, when it's working, I tell you it's working, and it worked great for us. And when it's invalidated, I'll tell you guys it's invalidated. It worked great for us because it told us to bounce here and it told us where it was going to pull back. So just for folks who missed the last couple of my my videos, here it is. I've been saying this was since the 3rd. I've been telling my Discord, right? This is the fractal I'm using. We're in a downward wedge. Bitcoin could get up to 103, 104K on a bounce before it pulls back to 97, 98K, right? And that's basically exactly what we did. Got almost up to 103K, 102.8, and then pulls back to 97, but then it kept on going. So that's the big worry. So now the question is, what happens next to Bitcoin if this pattern is broken? If this blue fractal is looking like it's broken for now, then we turn to the orange fractal, which is another fractal that I used. The orange fractal is here. And also we look at where altcoins are going in all of this, where if Bitcoin starts swinging sideways, where does altcoins go? But before we get to all of that, let's first answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses a non-KYC exchange. That means you don't have to show them your ID at all. That means, yes, Americans can use it because they don't see your ID. They don't know where you are. That means the IRS, the tax office, the CIA, the FBI, nobody can see what you're doing, right? Even the exchange doesn't keep any information of you. So in that situation, and because I use the exchange so much, they're doing a deal with Pablo right now. Lots of bonuses and prizes this is the Pablo deal, up to $5,500 worth of benefits and bonuses for newbies. Already 1.3 million folks use it. This is Bitunix, but only on the link with Pablo. So you get these great benefits and bonuses. The link is in the description below you. If you're on YouTube, just in the description below you, but only on this link, or on other platforms, just go to the my page and then the Stan Pablo He-Man link and click on that, and that'll take you to the Pablo He-Man page, and it's the first deal there, and we just click on that because this is a big deal. Okay, now, but only on this link with the Pablo deal. Let's get back to Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin, the orange trend line is another fractal that I had drawn, anticipating we're going to get some wild swings here. Now, the thing is, you might say, oh, you have this blue fractal and this orange fractal. Oh, yeah, choose one. Why don't you be... Well, buddy, both fractals are actually pointing us to a bounce to the 112K area, 111, 112K area, right? I'm not saying it'll go down. None of these fractals pointed to Bitcoin going down. It's just that they get there, right, at a different pace. The blue fractal basically says we get up there and we'll do 2 double tops and then we go down hard. The orange fractal says we go up, we swing down a little bit to 100K, bounce of 100K, swing up to 114, 115K, and then come down, This is essentially, the reason why I use this orange fractal is because orange fractal is essentially playing out Bitcoin during the reason why I selected this one is because it's playing out Bitcoin during the first market top of 2021, the February to May period, right? So here we see Bitcoin going from like 45K to 57K, then down to 45K, then up to 61K, down to 50, up to 64, and then down to 47, up to 59. You might not think these are big swings because right now Bitcoin's at 100K, so a 15K swing is not a lot. But look at this. In percentage terms, this was a massive swing. Look at this. This was 64K, and this is 47K. So that's 16K swing in between. 16K, when the price is at 64K, is like a 25 to 30% swing. That's like 16K. That's like a 25% swing. Yeah, that's like a 25% swing. That'll be like equivalent of Bitcoin going from 108K to 80K, from 108K to 80K. That's the kind of how big the swings we're talking about. That's like a 25, 27% swing. So these swings are absolutely huge. But the question is, when these swings are happening, then what happens to altcoins, right? So if you remember, Pablo has been warning about this, saying that I'll get onto the altcoins in a second, but let's review what Pablo has been saying for the last 4 weeks. First, when Bitcoin was in the 50s, Pablo said it's heading to 94K, right? I said that about 30, 50 times on social media and in my Discord. And by the way, videos like this, these longer videos, go to my Discord about a day or sometimes half a day before I put it out publicly. And then Bitcoin went to 94K, right? At the top of that range, and everyone was celebrating, saying it's 100K next, and everyone was cheering, saying 150K, 130K, 180K, 250K. Pablo was the only one who said, no, 100K will be really, really difficult to break. It would take weeks, many weeks, even months to break it, and now we're up to 2 months, and we're still back at 94K, right? It would take months to confirm above 100K. And in fact, I said to my Discord privately, I'm not confident it would confirm above 100K, right? So right now, we're back at 94K once again. Never really confirmed above 100K. It was a fake out. When it got to 90 to 91K, I said, we're going to have a big bounce here to 101K. And that's what happened. But what we need to be aware of is about 2-3 weeks ago, if you've been watching my long videos, if you've been reading my messages on Twitter and watching my videos, I kept on saying the bullish momentum in Bitcoin and in Ethereum has been stopped. The bullish momentum in Bitcoin and Ethereum has been stopped. So we need to play more defense than offense. We need to play at least 50%, at least 50% defense, right? 50% plus defense. What does that mean? That means we buy when it pulls back to support level. And may not be for altcoins, may not be just the first support level, could even be the second support level, because that's how deep the pullbacks could be if we get a drop to low 80s or even the 70s for Bitcoin. That could happen. Have some stink bids, right? The worst thing you could do is that order is not filled. But if it does get filled and it bounces, then you're instantly in a lot of profit. And if it bounces to a resistance level, then sell some. I kept on saying, sell. If you're a futures trader, 10%, 20%, 50%, take some profits off the table, right? Buy on support, not just support one, but second support, even third support level, and sell on the bounces. I kept on saying that, right? I kept on saying that in these videos. So now you know that's why Pablo was making these warnings. Now, let's have a look at what happens to the altcoins. So I'm expecting these sort of moves from Bitcoin, right, in the coming weeks. If I change my opinion, you be the first guys I know, right? Just keep checking out my videos, stay on top of my messages in Discord. And so let's have a look at something called Total 3. Why do I use Total 3? Because Ethereum's not performing well right now, and Total 3 is basically what all the altcoins, all the major altcoins, the top 150 altcoins without Ethereum. And look at this. Bitcoin started swinging around early to mid-Feb, right? And Bitcoin basically went from 48K to 64K and then still back to like 48K, 50s 3 months later between Feb and May, and then the big crash, right? If we, like I just showed you guys with the orange fractal, if we copy and paste this over, then these two tops are around 112 to 115K area. That could still happen, right? But now Bitcoin again is in danger of a drop to the 50s, to the 80s, even the 70s. But I'm saying if these swings stay between say 90K to 115K, if Bitcoin can stay in this range, even if it's making wild swings sideways, not really moving, in those 3 months, we can still get a huge altcoin run. Look at this. So altcoins in mid-Feb, this is Feb 13th, is around 370 billion, and by the height, it got to 880 billion. So that's a 2.5x run. 2.5x run on the big altcoins. Unlike Doge, unlike Solana, Cardano, Phantom, on those Binance, BNB, on those big coins. And then imagine how mid caps and small caps and those tiny altcoins can run. They could do potentially about 5x, 10x, 20x, 30x, 50x, even on the small ones. And I chose this is Total 3. This is not Total 2 because it does not include Ethereum, because Ethereum isn't looking that strong right now. So that's the hopium part. That's the hopium of saying if Bitcoin doesn't crash to 80s or 70s, if Bitcoin just keeps on swinging, not even making any new highs, not even going to 120K, 130K, it doesn't need to, then altcoins can still have this big run, right? That's the hopium I'm offering you guys, but we got to be really careful and be on alert to watch to see if Bitcoin does make a swing down and break that neckline. Right now, that neckline of the head shoulder is at around 91.7, 91.6K area. If that breaks with 2 closes in a row, then technically that neckline's broken and Bitcoin's headed to something like 75K to 80K. I'm not calling for it. I'm just warning you that danger is now on possible because the blue fractal has been broken for now, from what I can see. If the blue fractal can continue to play out, then Bitcoin goes to 115K. So unfortunately, I had more of a strong preference for a bounce, and I gave you guys the exact target price, 103K, which Bitcoin almost nearly got there, right? 2 or 3 videos ago, or something like 5-6 days ago. Now the picture's becoming murky again. But if new information comes along, if I see whales buying, if I get new information and things change, you'll be the first to know. So thank you for tuning in, and follow me for my next episode. Catch you.